Hello, I'm Brian Harrison, and welcome to Real Life, Real God. And this is...
I'm Thaddeus McCandless, the co-host
Yes.
of this new show, I guess.
Yes. And today we're talking about Jonah.
Jonah, the wonderful little book in the Old Testament, which if you skim over it too fast, you'll miss it.
Yep, that's the truth.
So, kind of to tell us kind of a brief synopsis of Jonah for people that might know or, might have forgotten. Hopefully they've been reading their Bibles lately.
Well, he was asked to go give a message from God to the people of Nineveh. And he's like, no way, and he gets upset and he
flees and runs away. Tries to run away.
Ship, yeah. And then they finally throw him overboard and the water gets calm and he gets onto a whale and then for 3 days and then finally spit out on the land where Nineveh was and gets on the right track and goes over there and preaches a message, and then afterwards he wants them to, and they repent and they're sorry, and God says, okay, I forgive you. And Jonah's like, no, you're supposed to burn them up and destroy them.
You sound like a great guy,
yeah.
To be with.
Yeah.
If you were I guess you didn't want to be his enemy or something.
No.
I wish they would,
Yeah.
But I mean, how could we apply that in modern days for people now?
Well, one thing we could do is
I mean, nowadays it's like, I think we get the same as Jonah. It's like God tells us to do something, and maybe it's in our best interest, and we're like, oh, I don't want to do that, or oh, that's wrong. I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
Because we're humans and we have that,
tendency.
Yeah, to say things and go that direction.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just with I guess as humans sometimes like God will forgive somebody because of something they do. You can apply it to a relationship too. Why didn't you do this? And then they don't forgive you, and then they break up with you. And you are the devil all of a sudden. You're not the good guy anymore. And yet, and they probably want you wiped off the face of the earth. But, I guess it's just, as human beings, sometimes I guess we have a tendency to see others, but we don't see ourselves in what we do. So in the end, I think some of us make the bigger mistakes. So.
Yeah, and I always wonder how Jonah must have felt in like the big fish. He's probably he was pretty humble in the fish. Like he's probably praying.
Because you're stuck somewhere, you can't go anywhere.
You're stuck somewhere, and then he gets spewed out, and then it's like, you've got to repent, or your city's gonna be destroyed. Oh, let's all get down and repent, sackcloth and ashes, and then he's like, oh man, I wanted to see them destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and at the end of the book, he's complaining. He's everything is just not going his way.
Yeah.
And I think we do that in real life as well. If things aren't going our way, we're complaining, or some people are like, why did God let this happen? And they always like, why God? But it's probably like, you should probably be like, why devil? I mean, it's the devil is why,
the one who does
stuff
it,
happen. But sometimes God may... Now, I don't know. I'm like, some people say the word allow, but I mean, sometimes he might, let certain things happen for some certain reason. We don't always know what the reason is, but it's as long as sin is in this world.
Yeah, and that's the problem. We chose our path. We shouldn't have mercy.
And if it wasn't for the people that chose it first, which was our first parents, we probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, we're like, oh, wow, a new world could be opened to my eyes from this lovely fruit in the garden. Which we might talk about that to people later on in a different real life, real God session.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't think there's anything else to say about this, but this is the first show. Subscribe,
comment, yes, and send us, like, if you want us to do a certain character. Let's see, we're not only going to be doing Bible characters, like, I don't know, Christian people during history, or people we're gonna relate them back
people
to
who stood up for things and see how does it apply to us today,
and I don't know, different people in the past and history and different things like that. But you have anything else to say?
Oh no, except goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed the show,
and God bless.
Yeah.